What's up, everybody? This is Jack from Crypto 49er, bringing you my knowledge in cryptocurrency. So today I just want to talk about my game plan for the Gekko Trading Bot because I have been playing with the Gekko Trading Bot. As you can see, this is the website. It's a really good project, but there's just so much that you can do with it that I would say I spent my first video that I really dedicated like a 80%, I would say 80% of my time running cryptocurrency into the Gekko Trading Bot was back in April 18th, right here in this video. So a little over a month ago. So I went through all the process of setting up different things, playing with different strategies, setting up backtest tools and Japonicus and different and trend lines and all these other things. It's great, but I don't think I reached my ultimate goal with it because it's just over the weekend I thought of what is my ultimate goal with the Gekko Trading Bot. So this is what I came up with basically. So this is my game plan. First of all, let me explain my current situation right now, what I have set up, what I don't have set up. So right now I have two Linux netbooks running live Gekkos 24/7. So they're both trading, supposedly trading. One of them I feel like is barely trading. It made like 6 trades in like a week. So it doesn't feel like it's trading. The other one made like 60 something trades in 1 week. So there's a big difference. I mean, obviously different trade pairs, different. It's actually it is the same strategy. So they are both running the RSI Bull Bear ADX strategy. So there's different parameters. So that affects it a lot. Obviously, the different parameters, the different exchanges, that affects it a whole lot. But they are running. So that's what I have. So and also I have a Windows 10 PC. It has both Gekko for Windows and Gekko for Windows Bash prompt. So if you look at the installation here, there's two setups. Yeah, installation Gekko on installing Gekko on Windows and installing Gekko on Windows with Bash on Windows 10. And that's what I have set up on that Windows PC. But it feels like it's a little incomplete in terms of the things that you can do on both. But before I get into that, let me also say that I do have Gekko running on Macbook Air as well. So this is the machine I'm recording on right now. So basically I have 4 computers, all have Gekko installed, with the Windows PC having 2 Gekkos, both the Linux version and the Windows version installed. But with all of that, I mean, it's just like, first of all, the netbooks have to check it like about once a day at least, just to make sure it's still running and make sure that I see trades going on because it's running on the UI. So I can't really do anything with it. Like there's a lot of these other things you could do on the command line version that I can't do on the UI, like getting notifications and things like that. I'm not getting those on the UI. So that's the problem right now with the netbooks. In addition, I mean, the Gekko Backtest tool, as nice as it is when it does work, and it works fine on my Mac, but on my Windows PC, I'm running into errors with running it on the Windows version, and on the Bash prompt side of things, I can't even install properly. I'm getting an error message as well. The only location that I can run the Gekko Backtest tool on is from the Mac, but that is the machine I'm recording off of right now on this video I'm making for you guys. So unless I want to have my video and my audio out of sync because the backtest tool is taking so much resources, I really can't do that. So that's my current situation. So, but here's my goal. So my goal is this, to be able to spin up as many Gekkos as I want on AWS or Google Cloud. So each of these Gekkos will be able to publish buy and sell signals via email, Telegram, Discord, whatever, all the team chats. So, I mean, I'd like to have like a free channel that anyone can sign up, and they will have like 1 or 2 Gekkos giving signals, and then there'll be like a private channel, because it does cost money at the end of the day to run these on Google Cloud and stuff like that. In addition to that, I want to have like a dedicated place to run backtests so that I can run backtests 24/7. Just keep running backtests, new strategies, different strategies. Let's say running a whole week of backtests for one particular strategy. Right now, I can't even run more than a few hours worth without having to stop it. I mean, I can just say I'm gonna work on this slowly, but I really want to set myself a goal of doing this in 2 weeks, because the last month, I mean, it was fun trying to learn these different things, but it was also not very organized and it wasn't really getting to the ultimate goal. I mean, I'm sure it slowly is. I will probably eventually get to this goal. Even if I didn't write this goal down, I probably would have gotten to it because that's what I really want to do. But it probably would have taken like 3 or 4 months, maybe longer. So I really want to try to get this done in 2 weeks. So here's the thing. So I broke down the number of things I have to do though, the tasks I have to do. I have to set up Docker build, I have to learn how to set up Linux on Google Cloud, installing Gekko Docker build on Google Cloud. Look at the instructions here on setting up Gekko using Docker. It's very, very simple. So they expect you to know how to use Docker. So for people that don't know what Docker is the containerization of software, so that you'll have the software itself, which is in this case is Gekko, and all the necessary libraries that Gekko needs to run on any platform. So it runs exactly the same way on any platform that you want to run it on. So it's not like a virtual machine where you have to have the whole entire machine virtualized. You're only having the software and the libraries in a Docker container. So this is much more powerful in what you can do, and you're able to save a lot more in terms of memory and the virtual machine setup itself. So that's why people like to run Docker. I want to be able to do that, but that is something that I'm completely new to. I mean, I heard about Docker last year, but I haven't really even touched it. I really didn't know what Docker is until I really looked into it, like literally a couple hours ago on these videos here, like Docker and Google Container Engine, GCE. So this is where you can run Docker and Google Cloud on. But the thing is, within Docker, there's something called Kubernetes, because Kubernetes is used with Docker, because Kubernetes is basically my understanding is the cluster server slash load balancer. Basically, you can connect all your Dockers to Kubernetes, and Kubernetes would be able to manage, actually not even that, it's like my understanding, it's one step apart from that. So Kubernetes will have pods, and pods would have the Dockers. You would use Kubernetes to load balance how many replicas of a particular program or thing you want to run, and then Kubernetes will send it out to the pods, and the pods will all manage in a load balance fashion all the things you want to run. It is not easy, is maybe an understatement. That's why I don't know if I can achieve that, but let's just go on. So in addition to doing all those things with Docker and Kubernetes, I would need to learn how to write. I'm basically writing live trades on CSV or Google Sheets, because right now with the UI, you can at least see it on screen, but then I want to be able to have the live trades written down somewhere else. So maybe on Google Sheets, there is a plugin, I think that Griffon on the forums made a plugin for that. So something I have to look into. In addition, I think Gekko Wears, he talked about writing live trades onto a CSV as well. So there's another option I have to look into. In addition to that, I'm going to set up obviously email notification, Telegram notification, Discord notification, if there is Discord support. Not sure. I read this Telegram, but not sure about Discord. And finally, also to continue working on the backtest tool until it works on Windows 10. So there's a lot. But in addition, there's these optional tasks I'm thinking about looking into, but ultimately probably don't have the time, but just want to go over it with you guys. So continue working on setting up Japonicus. So Japonicus is one of those things that I looked into like about a week ago, right? So it is a genetic algorithm backtesting tool. My understanding is this is just better than the brute force backtest tool. The backtest tool that I've been playing with right now, it's a brute force tool more or less, so that it just goes from one number to the next. But in addition, there's other genetic algorithms like set up Gekko Koa. So this is Gekko Wears also have a Gekkoga, or you call Gekko GA, which is genetic algorithm for solving optimization of trading strategy using Gekko. So he has that as well. So I might look into setting that up as well. In addition, there is Multi-Gekko. This is Betim's MS. I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's just say this member on the forum, he wrote a modification to the Gekko that will allow you to set up multiple config files and monitor multiple currency exchanges using Gekko. So this basically you'll be able to use multiple config files. That's the idea, because you can already do this. If you use a UI, you can actually run multiple live Gekkos right now, but you're not getting the notification, the live trades are not getting stored anywhere. Those are the things that you can't do with the UI, and that's why there's something like this. With the config files, multiple config files, you'll be able to have multiple Gekkos running at the same time. Pretty much what I want to do in a sense with Docker. So by being able to spin up as many Gekkos as I want. But with this, I'm running it from one machine or one virtual machine instead of running it from multiple Docker containers. And in addition, there's other tools like the Tommy Hansen has backtest tool as well. So maybe I want to test that. And also Gekko Wears has one too. He has a brute force backtest tool as well. So that's a lot. And finally, I want to learn about the shaft trend cycle, which is called the STC. I mean, for people that have been watching my videos previously, they might be getting, or if you have been playing around with the Gekko Trading Bot, you might be getting this error message that, cannot run STC, or cannot find an STC indicator, cannot load the STC indicator. That's what the STC indicator is for, shaft trend cycle. So those are the things that I hope I can get to, but they're not super important to get to them. So the alternative option to Docker is setting Gekko up on the Linux VPS. So something like this, so it's like Vermock, which have Linux VPS I can set up and use and be able to access it that way. That might be an option instead of using Docker containers. And the idea would be, let's say, to combine both those netbooks, live Gekkos and put them onto the Linux VPS, and also run backtest on the VPS as well, and test and determine how many live Gekkos I can set up on Linux VPS. So maybe not a lot, maybe it is a lot. Or maybe I'll have 2 VPS set up, one for backtesting, one for to determine how many live Gekkos I can set up. So there's that alternative option. I think this alternative option would make it a lot easier. Although I think for my knowledge-wise, if I want to learn and be knowledgeable in learning how to use Docker and stuff like that, I think the original setup is probably the way to go. But can I complete it in 2 weeks? That might be very tough, let's just say. So the bottom line is this: I won't be able to make a video for you guys every day. I don't really make it every day already. I make it 5 days a week, so I'll take 2 days off on the weekends. But I don't think I can make a video every weekday if I want to complete all of this in 2 weeks. So what I can do is, I promise you guys I'll update you guys on my progress on Twitter and Instagram, and we'll definitely have videos on the smaller topics. Like, I can imagine all this stuff right here, writing live trades, email notifications, telegram notifications. Those I can make videos for pretty much as soon as I understand how it works or set them up properly. I can make videos for those. But the Docker stuff, that might be a little bit harder. I can understand, maybe I can, I saw a couple of videos that talk about just, installing Docker locally on my Mac and running Docker through that method. But it kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because if I'm installing and running on my Mac, all I'm really doing is just having a virtual machine. I think people use Vagrant and VirtualBox and be able to run Gekko on that virtual machine on my Mac, which defeats the purpose, because I don't want to run Gekko on my Mac or on my local PC here that's not dedicated. Maybe I can run it on the Windows PC. That would be great in a sense, but at that point, I'm not using the full processing power of that PC. So that's another thing to think about. But that's my video for today, guys. So let me know what you guys think. I'll have links to all these different things that I talked about. So hopefully, if you guys have interest and the time to look into it yourself, definitely look into it and be able to build out all these things. Ultimately, having the Docker setup is almost similar to the author of Gekko, what he wanted to do with Gekko Plus. Basically, he wanted to have hosted service to have multiple Gekkos all set up for you. So you don't have to do any sort of technical setup. All you have to do is just plug in your API keys and you're good to go. So that's my video for today. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe. If it isn't crypto, it isn't worth mining, it isn't worth speculating. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.